actually in a park, and it's the most famous site here is Multnomah Falls, which is a very large waterfall that's right behind us, and it's actually overlooking the Columbia River. And so it's just a site that a lot of people like to come to and visit when they're visiting from out of town. So I'm really thrilled to have both you and Judy visiting. I've known Judy for a lot of years, and it's really dear friend. I'm really glad that we get to show her parts of Portland, to show you both of you guys.
Multnomah Falls is a waterfall on the Oregon side of the Columbia River Gorge. Located east of Troutdale between Corbett and Dodson, the fall drops in two major steps, split into an upper falls of 542 feet and a lower falls of 69 feet. It's the tallest waterfall in the state of Oregon. The foot trail leads to Benson Footbridge, a 45-foot long footbridge that allows visitors to cross 105 feet above the lower Cascade. Woo! Really wet, super green, frosty cool. Ah, it smells really, really good. The trail continues to a platform at the top of the upper falls, where visitors get a bird's eye view of the Columbia Gorge and also of Little Multnomah, a small cascade slightly upstream from the upper falls. Okay, so hey, here we are in Portlandia, and this street, what's the name of the street?
It's called Hawthorne. Yeah.
And what's so interesting about the street?
Well, it's actually going to be a really trendy place with a ton of restaurants, gift shops, and bars, and restaurants, and movie theaters, and all kinds of really interesting places. And
Judy, so what do you think of it so far?
It's great. It's kind of like Haight in San Francisco area, kind of Melrosey in the LA area, but I actually like it better because it's got kind of the older buildings and architectural brickwork, and so we've seen some really interesting structures and great signs everywhere. Yeah. Wonderful signs, really creative. Those little names of the stores, really creative. So it's been great.
This is Cheese and Crack.
Cheese and Crack, yes.
So what was your concept for this place?
A friend of mine and I, we went on a hike and we had stopped off at the grocery store to get some sunscreen or something like that. And we hadn't grabbed lunch, we hadn't thought of lunch, and so we picked up, those little cheese and cracker boxes that you used to eat as a kid.
Of course.
And oh gosh, they were just awful. And they used to come with a nice little like chocolate mint and a little like Dijon packet, and I got to thinking, oh, you know how much I love it, a cheese plate. Why can't I get a cheese plate to go? And I thought of first as a grocery, something in the grocery store. But I was like, why can't I just do it out of the food cart? And it's so simple, I'm a cheese cart or a cheese counter that's willing to make the small portions, and make you like a complete little. Crack box is you get to choose one type of cracker, and I bake them all here myself. You get to choose 2 different cheeses, mainly imported, but a few local things as well. Then you get to choose 3 things to go with it, so ideally something salty, something pickled, something sweet, and then each box comes with a little honey and a little mustard and a little chocolate, so it ends up being like 10 little things in one box. You have to mix and match it.
The fun stuff.
Yeah.
I would love that. It's like a healthy, yummy, gourmet Lunchable. That's like good for you, right?
Yeah.
That's the crack part, because you probably got more than one box
Yeah,
after a while. So that's right up my alley. Sounds good.
Multnomah County Poor Farm was the largest county-funded relief institution in Oregon. Many of the residents, or inmates as they originally were called, supplied the labor for the 300-plus acre farm. In the late 1950s, the farming operation ceased and the name was changed to the Edgefield Manor. In 1990, Edgefield was named to the National Registry of Historic Places. That same year, the facility was purchased by the McMenamins. The McMenamins are brothers and Portland natives, and they opened their first pub in 1974. They saw potential in Edgefield that no one else saw. Even the Poor Farm incinerator got a creative transformation into the Little Red Shed, prototype of McMenamin's long line of small bars to follow. A team of more than a dozen artists were turned loose on the place, armed with tales and photos of the Poor Farm and its residents, with the directive to celebrate the rich past while doing away with the property's institutional feel. Through word of mouth and minimal advertising, people started to come. People spent many years inside these walls. Is it possible that some of their disembodied spirits still wander?
Won't you come play with us, Jeffrey?
Really? So Sunday we came and tried to get a donut at Voodoo Donuts, but the line was incredible. So, we said, oh man, forget it, we'll come back. So I was all set today if there was a big line to say, hey, Voodoo Donuts, man, is it really worth standing in a 2-hour line? Well, today we showed up, there's no line. And I was all set to be all snarky about Voodoo Donuts, but really, because there was no one there and we got to actually eat one, it was like, yeah, it was good. So much for snarkiness in Voodoo Donuts. Maple with bacon. We were told this is like the kind to get. It's got the savory, it's got the sweet. So we're gonna try it out. Big spenders, $3. Really good. Salty, sweet. You can tell the donut's really substantial. Really nice maple, rich maple flavor. Everything you want in a bacon maple donut. Thumbs up.
Bacon on anything really does make it better. On anything.
Best donut ever?
Yeah. Well, most unique, I'd say. But it's super doughy and sweet. Very good. Very rich. Glad we did it. But definitely one to share is more than enough. There's probably enough calories there for a small village.
I run hot. So here we are at the Japanese Gardens, and this is supposed to be a real landmark here in Portland, and we're going to go see what's what with our friend Jerry today.
Hello everyone.
So come on, let's go. Japanese gardens have an ancient history influenced by Shinto, Buddhist, and Taoist philosophies. Upon entering a Japanese garden, the hope is to realize a sense of peace, harmony, and tranquility. 3 primary elements are used in every Japanese garden design: stone, the bones of the landscape; water, the life-giving force; and plants, the tapestry of the 4 seasons. Other important elements include stone lanterns, water basins, arbors, and bridges. And of course, the occasional koi. When His Excellency Nobuo Matsunaga, the former ambassador of Japan to the United States, visited the Portland Japanese Garden, he proclaimed it to be the most beautiful and authentic Japanese garden in the world outside of Japan. Designed by Professor Takuma Tono in 1963, it encompasses 5.5 acres with 5 separate garden styles and includes an authentic Japanese tea house, meandering streams, intimate walkways, and a spectacular view of Mount Hood. So some people say that the food truck was invented in Portland, and there's all kinds of urban legends about it. But we are walking now on Food Truck Central, and there's a whole bunch of food trucks, and some of these things look really old, like they've been around since the early days.
Okay, so we're about to walk through the Broadway Bridge. We're headed towards Nob Hill in the Pearl area in Portland, towards Haley's Place, where we're having our cushy dinner. And what I thought was kind of funny was that there's this sign here for suicide counseling right when you get onto the bridge. And what's great, what I'm noticing is that there are a lot of people walking and biking here, very different from Los Angeles. So it's nice, it's very pedestrian friendly. So we're gonna keep walking, and hopefully it's misting a little bit, but that seems to be Portland most of the time, where there's no sun, but there's not really rain. So it's springtime here, so it's nice. It's my mom's favorite kind of weather.
Vitaly Paley draws inspiration from his menu from the local bounty of the Pacific Northwest. The menu focuses on local, organic, and sustainable practices. Dinner guests are invited to choose the half portion size of many entrees for a lighter way to sample the menu, which is exactly what we did. The entree prices range from $15 to $30. And I gotta tell you, it's worth every penny.
It's not a huge portion, but
I've never had meat melt in my mouth like that. It was delicious. It's like springtime in your mouth.
The restaurant is continually featured in magazines and newspapers across the country. Vitaly's appeared on television broadcasts like The Martha Stewart Show, Chef's Afield, and Iron Chef, which we witnessed and decided that, yes, we wanted to see this guy in action and taste his food. If you're in Portland, Haley's Place is a must-stop.
Yum. 2 thumbs up.
Thumbs up.